Hi, everyone, and welcome to this month's talk and meditation, in which we're going to look at hematite. You're listening to me, Phyllis Brown, coming to you from New Zealand, South Island, New Zealand, and we're just heading in, just touched into our spring. So it's really lovely to get to that point where we can look forward to longer evenings, longer days, and just have a place to just expand ourselves, having coming out of that hibernation process that we've all been in. If you're joining me from YouTube, welcome to all the YouTube viewers, and you can place some comments and I will see them here in the studio. And likewise, if you are joining me from the Facebook page, you can place comments and I will see them live as they happen. So it's always good to have that communication, and you can ask about anything, really. I'll try and support and help you where I possibly can. So we are looking at hematite, and it's really interesting in that my clients that I've seen over this past month, in September, August, it was all about intuition, and in September, it's all been about self-esteem and people feeling attacked by other people, people feeling that in those attacks that self-doubt is coming in, and then that creates a sense of chaos in their life. They're not quite sure if they're making the right decisions, how to make the right decisions. So it's all been about self, which is really interesting. And I've been invited to give a talk in July next year, which is also about healing. And I've yet to find a topic, but the one that springs to mind is karma. So that will be interesting. So hematite is a beautiful stone and people love it. Men really love it. Boys really love it. And I'm saying that because in my crystal shop, both in Largs on the west coast of Scotland, tiny little seaside town. I had a little shop there that just became a hub for everyone. But the boys would come in and they would go straight for hematite, this shiny metallic. They just like the shiny metallicness of it. This is a little heart pendant. So it can be shaped. This is what it looks like raw. So I'll just show you. This is a shiny pebble, which we normally see, and this is it raw. It almost looks like coal, a sort of shiny coal, and it has quite good magnetic properties. So it's not often that you find hematite raw because people do prefer it in this wonderful, glossy, smooth, tactile form. And this is a hematite point that I have, a hematite wand, sorry, that I have in my healing kit because it's a really grounding stone. And it detoxifies the body and it expels negative energy from the body. So when I'm doing a crystal healing or a Reiki healing, then this is just a wonderful thing to place into my clients' hands. And they just sit and they play with it and they rub the point and they're activating the crystal when they do that. And the crystal then does what it needs to be doing on behalf of my client as they lie there. But jewelry, you get lots and lots of jewelry with hematite. So we've come through a month of August where we've had to come back to our intuition. September, we've been doubting ourselves, we've been challenged by people. And so here we are with a stone which is about self-esteem, willpower, and the driving force in life. And that's really key. It's a really key process for us to just sort of understand what drives us as individuals, how can we drive ourselves even more, and what tools do we need? How do we see ourselves? How do we recognize ourselves? Because when we're told by other people that we're not good enough, we don't deserve, we can't have, don't be silly, then our self-esteem and our confidence is just sort of, the lid is being shut on that by other people's opinion. But we need to come back to, well, how do I see myself? What is my opinion of myself? And that's really important as we navigate through quite uncertain times on a global level. But that's impacting everybody on that micro level. So we've got this macro process going on out in the world that is absolutely coming in and impacting us on this micro level. So what is hematite? It is the will to survive and thrive. So who doesn't want to thrive right now? Everybody needs to thrive. We're coming into our spring. We open up our energy on the southern hemisphere. We're seeing the gardens blossoming. It's time to plant our vegetables. It's time to expand our world. So it's an ideal time to connect to hematite so that we are ready to thrive as and when opportunities come towards us. It's really exciting. It's an exciting time. So on a spiritual level, when we do get overwhelmed by what is happening around us, and I know I've been that way myself this month, I have to say, it sets off that sort of a spinning anxiety. It takes us off our path. We get confused. We disconnect from what is true to us, and we feel quite lost, and that's where anxiety can start to set in. So hematite is a really practical stone. It's a grounding stone with a strong sense of boosting our willpower, boosting our reliability, our self-esteem, giving us confidence, and it removes those self-limitations. So if you have had situations or people around you are saying you can't, or you shouldn't, or I wouldn't do that if I was you, or don't be silly, why are you doing that? People doing the big why are you doing that? Why are you changing? Why do you need to do this or that? Then this stone will bring you back to your own self and remove all of that limitations that sometimes we impose on ourselves, but more importantly, the limitations that are imposed on to us by other people. And those are the hardest limitations that are difficult to overcome when people say that we can't or we shouldn't or I wouldn't do that if I was you. Then that's where the confusion comes in and we start to question, am I right? Are they right? What's happening? So that self-limitations placed on us by others, that this stone will help navigate our way through that and away from that. And that's really important. It's really important. It also balances out the yin and the yang, the male and female. So it keeps us in a place of grounded balance. It detoxifies the body and it prevents negative energy from coming back into the body. So not only does it expel negative energy, but it prevents negative energy from coming into the body. And that's really important. Once you've cleansed and cleared yourself of negativity, then you want it to stay where it needs to stay, which is beyond you. It's outside of you. So again, you can come back to that sense of clarity and clear those cobwebs away so you're thinking straight. The other thing about hematite, which I had forgotten about, I have to say, until sort of reconnecting to the lesson for today and reconnecting to the stone, is that it helps us overcome addictions and compulsions. And it brings us to think about those drives and what drives us to those compulsions or those addictions, what's missing, basically. So it helps us look at what is driving those desires and to create opportunities and openings in our life for a more positive desired outcome rather than these destructive desires. And so it could be instead of 2 biscuits, you'll have 3. That's definitely me. Or it could be that you are driven to trying to give up your smoking or your chocolate or whatever you're on, and you just can't get there. So this stone will bring an opportunity to open you up to more positive aspects of what you can fill your life with, that is an alternative to those negative forces, those negative compulsions. And on a conscious level, it stimulates concentration and focus, which can enhance our memory and original thought. So our attention is taken back to what is important to us. So again, we can become overly reliant on other people. So we create a habit of constantly seeking external advice, external support, when actually we could come back to self and support ourselves through enhancing our concentration, through opening up our focused mind, through creating a really conscious connection with ourself, and recognizing who we are, because that's the main thing. On a healing front, it aids circulation, helps the kidneys cleanse the blood, regenerates tissue, it helps the iron absorption within the bloodstream, and helps support the blood cells within our body. Really good for leg cramps, anxiety, and insomnia. And it's a wonderful, wonderful stone for that base center. So it's a really beautiful healing stone, not only to touch, but to look at. But it's a beautiful healing stone to help us bring our mind back, focus on who we are and what is important to us. So I'm hoping that that makes sense if you're listening to this. And here's how we're going to apply the crystal in our healing meditation. So as I said, hematite is the will to survive and thrive. So it's about mind control. So how can we control our mind in such a way that we can stay focused and not be distracted by what's going on around us? So willpower and self-esteem, that is really what this stone is excellent for. So everyone, I'm going to say everyone has at some point had their self-esteem shattered. They feel disempowered, they find it difficult to make decisions or to focus. And quite often at that time, we do hand our power over to someone. When we get really vulnerable in our lives, we start asking, what do you think? What do you think I should do? Do you think this is okay? What's your opinion? And these are really simple phrases. But if you're talking to someone, we are the victim, and we feel victimized, and we tap into someone who's a rescuer, then they'll take that rescue component of their personality and they will ramp that up. So it might be things like, well, before you make that decision, just run it past me. And that's a really simple, innocuous, innocent phrase. But when that becomes a habit, and you'll recognize it as a habit when you start making decisions without running past them, and they start going, but you didn't ask my permission. Why did you make that decision on your own? You should have come to me first. That's when you know you've got an unhealthy habit and your victimhood has attracted a rescuer. And so your willpower is completely gone because the rescuer takes that from you. So we need to be really mindful of who we have in our life. We need to be mindful of who we are as a person. And we need to think about how we can break habits, either with people, with substance, with routines that are unhealthy, constantly saying no. So let's go and do this, and you say no. So let's experience this, and you say no. That's a habit of saying no, saying no, saying no. So we need to be really mindful that we don't allow ourselves to disconnect and disengage from opportunities, which could be really life fulfilling. And we need to let go of those codependencies, those unhealthy relationships. But we need to really, really recognize who we are. And so for this exercise, when I'm doing this class as a physical class with my students, I get them to do a good old-fashioned personal SWOT, because it's a tool that I would use definitely uh, as a tool within my workplace with my employees, to any sort of staff sort of appraisal type situation, or when someone's just passed their probationary, we would then do a SWOT just to make sure that we can still fulfill their training needs. So they know what their strengths are, they know what their weaknesses are, they know where their opportunities are, and they know what their threats are. And a SWOT is old-fashioned, but sometimes the old-fashioned techniques are really, really good because they're still around. And so this is the back of the training sheet that I have for my students. So this is me in the middle. So we've got our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And so you would just put SWOT, SWOT, in your boxes. And then you would really take a good, honest look at yourself. So for me, I have my SWOT. I have my SWOT, which is filled in. One of the things my strengths are, I'm a good communication, I'm a good listener, I'm really patient, and I'm very reliable. As a Leo, the lion, I am really reliable. My weaknesses are that I overthink everything, and I tend to rush into things that really excite me. So I do just rush out, I'll buy the latest tech, I'll invest in a course, and I really don't know what I'm getting myself into. So that is a weakness of mine. And I do find it hard to switch off. So I think all of the time. So I've had to create routines for myself at nighttime, especially before bedtime, where I can just defrag my mind. And so that's what I do for a good half hour, just to defrag my mind so that I can switch off. An opportunity is to use new leadership skills within my business, within my training programs, within my students. Be more balanced when looking at new ideas. So that is an opportunity to actually do and dig, do more research, delve and dig deeper into what is the benefit of this new gizmo, gadget, or course that I'm about to buy. Do I really need to buy it right now? What are the benefits to me? So those are great opportunities from my weaknesses. And the threats are that I do overextend myself. So I do get very tired because I just do lots and lots and lots. I pack lots into a day, a week, a month, and a year. I do put other people first rather than myself. I know that's a really hard thing. And a threat is that I do find it difficult to switch off. So that's in a couple of boxes. And what you really want to do is you want to take your weaknesses and your threats and you want to make them into your strengths and opportunities. In the opportunity box, particularly if you can move your products, your threats and weaknesses over to opportunities, then they then become your strengths. So a SWOT, here is how you do a SWOT. Your strengths is what are you good at and feel confident in. So just write all that down. Your weaknesses, who do you go for help, support, or who has power over you? So let me read that again. A weakness is who do you go for help, support, or who has power over you? So think about that. Opportunities, looking at your strengths, are there areas that you could develop to help you overcome your weaknesses? So looking at your communication, your listening, your patience, your reliability, can you look at your weaknesses and move them, use some of your strengths to overcome your weaknesses? And your threats, by giving your power away or deferring to others, how does that hold you back? So again, looking at your personality, really defining who you are as a person at any age is a really good thing, because I'm going to do that exercise today. I haven't done it for quite some time, and I'm in my 60s now. I would have done that in my 50s. Some of it I do still recognize in terms of weaknesses, overthinking, but I think at any age, doing a SWOT is a really good personal development tool that, albeit old-fashioned, is an amazing process for you to really reconnect with yourself. And I think, who or what is taking your time away? Is our situations, are you overly invested in unproductive situations or businesses or family matters? Do we need to disconnect from that? So that will all come up in your self-exploration through doing a SWOT. So it's a really cool tool. So having a think or a thought just generally about who or what is distracting you, what is taking your time away from being productive in your own life, we're going to go into a meditation with our hematite. So if you have a hematite stone, that is really cool. If not, we're going to place hematite into your auric field, and hopefully that will just really bring to you a lovely sense of calmness. I'm going to try for the first time just to play a little bit of music as well during this meditation, just to help us um, come to a place of stillness, come to a place of calmness. I'm just trying to get the noise level right there. So, hematite meditation. We want to connect to self-esteem, confidence, willpower, and our driving life force. So we're just going to really sort of start to think about who we are as a person. What do we think we need to do? And who do we think we are? I'm just going to change that music to something that's got less. That's slightly better. Less drum and bass in the background there. Sorry, guys. Okay, so take a deep breath. Thinking about self-esteem, self-awareness, and willpower. Do we have it? If we don't, how are we going to get it back? So bringing our energy into our body, just closing our eyes and taking a breath in. Just allow that music just to softly come into our mind. Just feeling it, feeling our breath, working with our body now, relaxing our body. And we're feeling connected to our breathing, breathing in, breathing out. Feeling a sense of calmness and peace. Just bring your awareness down to your feet. And you're going to visualize, see, or imagine a beautiful pool of light beneath your feet, under the soles of your feet. And you're going to send that down into the hematite below. So you're going to connect to a wonderful hematite stone down deep within Mother Earth. This is your grounding stone, your healing stone. And we will invite the energy of the hematite to move through your body, coming up through your feet first, softly and gently moving through your limbs into your chakra system, touching and gently opening your chakras to a comfortable level for you. Moving into the back of your mind and up into your crown. And we'll take a deep breath in, breathing in, breathing out. And as you breathe out, you are sending that wonderful hematite energy from the earth out into your auric field. Breathing in, breathing out. Your breath becomes a cleansing breath, removing negativity from your aura. Breathing in, breathing out. Removing negativity from your physical being, your emotional being, your mental and your spiritual. Breathing in, breathing out. Expanding your aura really beyond the walls of your room, of your home, your space. Feeling that grounding energy through your feet, ripple through your body. Negativity being dispelled, released, disposed of, disappeared from all layers of your auric field, and you're feeling really expanded now. Your consciousness is beyond your room, beyond your space. We'll send our consciousness up, up, up into the heavens above. So feel your consciousness moving through that light and dark space, going up, up, up into the heavens above, where we are going to connect with Archangel Gabriel. He resides on the white ray of peace and harmony. He gives us clear direction with our life choices. He instills us with willpower, with self-love and confidence. He is a magnificent angel. And you will connect with him in a place which feels safe for you. That place could be by the sea, the top of a mountain, in a meadow, in a garden, or it could simply be in your own home. He is a magnificent angel. He is powerful and tall and wonderful. He is there to support you, to be with you, to look after you. I'm going to leave you in a space where you can fully connect to him. And in that place, I want you to really give him an idea of who or what is holding you back. What threatens you at this point in time? What is stopping you? Be that self-limiting beliefs or self-limiting beliefs by others. You're going to ask Archangel Gabriel opportunities of how to grow, how to develop strengths from what is a threat or a weakness. I'm going to leave you to talk to him while you discuss your situation and listen to his beautiful, gentle, angelic advice. Archangel Gabriel is going to send a beautiful beam of healing light using the power of hematite to cut and remove and release any negative cords of connection that you have to your self-limiting beliefs, or to people, or to habits or addictions that are holding you back. And he's going to push that pulse of light through your body, your emotional, your mental and spiritual bodies right now. Take a deep breath in, breathing out. And just feel into your physical being. How does it feel? That you feel a sense of release. Archangel Gabriel has a wonderful way of showing you what lies ahead. And in ancient times, hematite, because of its reflective properties, was used as a mirror, albeit a black mirror. So he's going to hold a mirror up and he is going to show you your strengths and your opportunities that are coming to you in your near future or distant future. And he will do that now. Take note, remember, see or feel what lies ahead, knowing that you can connect to Archangel Gabriel at any time for peace and harmony and guidance. He will always bring you back to self, to groundedness, to peace and harmony. He is a beautiful, beautiful guardian angel. And remember, he resides on the white ray of peace and harmony. So call upon him, and if you forget his name after this meditation, then think of white energy. Surround yourself in white light. It's time to leave this amazing healing space. Take a breath in, release that breath. Bring your energy back down into your body with another breath. Bringing the breath in. Feeling that wonderful connection with self, relinking to your physical being. Your body becomes heavier. Your limbs become heavier. You can feel where you are situated in your home or your meditation space. You can move your fingers, your toes, and you can open your eyes just when you're ready. It's really interesting, just while you bring yourself back to the space that you're in. So hopefully you're coming back from that, for those of you who are with us live through the meditation. What was really interesting for me whilst I was in there, just had that lovely sense of my next step, like he showed me my next step. And I thought that's really wonderful, because that is what Archangel Gabriel is really known for. He helps us in very practical ways. He's a very practical archangel. He isn't fluffy at all. He's just very, very, very practical. And I think it's lovely that he was part of our healing today. I'm just going to stop the music now and just turn that off. So we have some comments. Oh, Michael Brown, beautiful meditation. Thank you, Michael. So Michael is with us today. So I'm going to just round off the session. You know, you can ask questions afterwards. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're on YouTube, or subscribe to the Facebook page if you're watching on Facebook. And then you'll get notification of our remaining meditations for 2025. But I thought I would just round off today's session with an angel card. I did ask if I needed to start with an angel card, but they said no, just finish with an angel card. So here we go. Oh, well, here you go. So I just love the angels. You are a powerful light worker. So that is definitely about coming back. It's safe for you to be powerful, coming back to your sense of willpower, your sense of courage, your sense of self-esteem. Your spiritual power brings great blessings in loving service to the divine. And that's a really beautiful, beautiful card where she is just glowing in white energy. So don't underestimate how powerful you are. Don't underestimate how you can make decisions for yourself. You just need to remember who you are, and a simple SWOT analysis will help you get there. So thank you for your time and your energy. Thank you for your comment, Michael, and we hope to see you the next time here on YouTube or Facebook. And it's been lovely, lovely getting to know you this time round. So until then, take care for now, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.